tí ò jẹ́ kó fi ọwọ́ gbé ọmọ sí ibojì. Ọba tí ò jẹ́ kó ṣọ̀fọ̀ ọmọ. Ọba tí ò jẹ́ kí iná ọmọ kó dúró. Ó wá ní òní ṣe ọdún àwọn èwe. Ọdún ta ló tó fẹ́ ṣe. Gbogbo ọdún ẹ máa ṣe ẹsẹ̀ 50 àti ẹsẹ̀ 60. Ẹ bá wọn ṣe 100. Ṣùgbọ́n ọdún àwọn èwe ni ògo ọ̀la ni. Tó o bá mọ̀ wípé níwòyí àmọ́dún ọba tó lómi ara àti ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọba tó jẹ́ kó dá ènìyàn sílẹ̀ ayé tí o ní ọmọ láyé kí aleluya méje tó o bá ké ọ̀tàrí aṣọ ẹ̀mí rẹ̀. Agbára àṣẹ àti ìpè ni mo fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Tí o bá mọ̀ wípé ní ìwòyí àmọ́dún ìwọ àti èmi àti ọmọ rẹ̀ wò ó máa gbèsè sí ibi ò ní ní deportation ò ní fọwọ́ gbọ́mọ sí hallelujah tó yá sí ní méje 1 2 3 4 go.
Praise the Lord. Let us have order in the house. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Nobody can do better than that. You know, when we were here, there's many people that are in the hospital. There's many people that have been told that they have 1 day to live, a week to live, they have cancer. There's many people that are in a wheelchair, they're not able to move freely, but we came in by our power and by the grace of God has given us. There's many people that are not able to eat, they're having to eat through a tube. The Lord didn't allow it to be me and your portion. Let us praise the Lord. Praise the Lord! Because He's good and His mercies endure forever. There's many people that were here at the beginning of the year that are not here with us. It's not because we're more special than them, not because we're better than them, but because God has a purpose for me and you. God doesn't spare the life of anybody unless He needs them for something. Because of that, let's praise the name of the Lord. Praise the Lord! Because He is the God of yesterday, the God of today, and the God of tomorrow. Because of the good things that you know that you have planted today by coming to this service, and that you shall reap the fruits of your labor by this time next year. Because you shall come here with testimonies, with the songs of thanksgiving, with the dancing of praise. Praise the Lord! Let us pray. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. The God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the God of St. Moses, we come to thee. You that made the heavens and the earth, the heavens declare the glory of God and the firmament show His handiwork. The Bible lets us know that it says, day after day, utter speech and nothing that show of knowledge. There is no speech, no language where your voice shall not be heard. We come unto thee, come and descend and fill your house in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Father, I wish you have been chosen to do your work this day. I've been chosen as a vessel for which you shall speak through, Father. Jehovah, come and speak through me in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Father, you said that even dreams and visions shall fail and prophecies shall fail. But you have let us know that not even the simple word of God shall come unfulfilled. That which we're entering into, Jehovah, the heirs which your children shall heir, and that will allow them to manifest that which they shall hear today into their life. That there shall be a testimony and a great revival in their life, Father. The heirs that will open today, that they will be able to listen to the word of God, and that there shall be great, joyous, and plentiful and blessing in that household, Father. Jehovah, these heirs come open them in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. The Bible lets us know that in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, every knee shall bow. We decree in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that is that name that is above all names. We come unto thee, Jehovah, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Any spirit that is that's not found in the body of Christ, or that has been sent away from heaven when there was a great disturbance in heaven and a quarter of the stars waged war. And he descended Holy Michael and he had empowered him to drive a third of the stars away. We ask him, thee, Father, strengthen and allow your power and your glory to manifest itself in this prayer in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. And let any power that is contrary to the power of God be destroyed in Jesus' mighty name. We thank you because you have done it, Father. We thank you because you are doing it, Father. And thank you because you continue to do it, Father. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Please let us be seated. I would implore our mothers that are outside to please come in. I will be giving them for a minute to come in, please. I'm a time manager, despite my timing today. I would like to thank our Father in the Lord. Most, I would call him superior, most senior, reverend, pastor, prophet, Tyre. Daddy, you will live long for us in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. The works of your hands, which you are doing, that which you are using to shepherd the flock, I pray you shall not stumble in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I pray that the light of fire burning, that seven lights of fire burning before the throne, which are the seven spirits of God, in your life they will not diminish in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. The garments of praise that God has given you, because there's many people that have church and they use diabolical means to keep their church. There's many people that have church and their church is no longer here today. But this which God has given you to shepherd the flock unto Him, the Most High God, it shall not fall from your hand in Jesus' mighty name. You will not use your children to do victory in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. You shall not stumble and you shall not lack any good thing in Jesus' mighty name. When we see you and we are happy. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the heavens shall be happy with you in Jesus' mighty name. The angels, which are the seraphims that bring them good joy, good news and prosperity in your household and in this church and in every individual that came in today, they shall work mightily and you shall have testimony by this time next week in Jesus' mighty name. We thank you, Lord, Jehovah, because you've done it. We thank you because of your Son. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. My sermon today will not be long because I like to manage time. As our mothers from outside, have they coming yet? They're coming. Who knows the lesson of today? What was the lesson of today? No one knows? You don't know? Open the pamphlet that we had today. And can someone open that Ephesians for me? Praise the Lord. See, my topic today is, let the children come to me. Praise God. You see, in the house of God, especially us that go to White Garment, I'm sad to say that sometimes we don't utilize and don't train the children that we have in the church. Praise the Lord. You know, the youth of today, we hear many things about them. There's many stabbings. There's many children and many youth that find families outside of their home. There's many youth these days that don't want to come into the house of God, let alone participate in the work of God. Praise God. For me, Jesus Christ said one thing. He said, Jesus has commissioned us and has sent us into the world with a mission. But how will you fulfill it? My question is to our mothers. Jesus has said, let the children come unto me. But how are we allowing the children, or how are we allowing your children, or how are we allowing these children and the youth of today to come into His midst? My thing is this.
That noise is too much, please. Lower your noise.
My thing is this. I was born in the White Garment Church. I was forced to do many things. I must go to church on a Sunday. But through that obedience in my parents, I found Christ. And when I found Christ, it wasn't by force for me to worship God. I had a desire to want to worship God. The Bible lets me know, it said, I was joyful when I said, let us go into the house of God. But how many of these children are sitting here before us, or our youth, are happy when they say, let us go into the house of the Lord? Particularly us that are in the White Garment fold. How many of our children want to come to our services? How many of them want to come to the service or to the church? The mission statement which I said today was, let the children come unto me. Jesus has commissioned us to do that. But I would like you as a parent or as an elder within the church, wherever church you're coming from, White Garment, Pentecostal, to know one thing. If we fail to bring these children unto God, you know there's a punishment that must be paid. Regardless if you become rich or you're poor in life, regardless if you achieve all the goals you want to, there's only one certainty that God has given us, which is you will pay reward at the end of your days, and you will give account for that which you have done on earth. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. My thing is, I've said before, and I've said it in many places where I've preached, for me, I'm very sad when I see youth of today not staying within their home. Many youth these days don't want to stay within their house. Many of the youth today do not find any affiliation with their own home. The youth of today would rather have family outside, which are called gangs. Why is that? Does anybody understand or know why the youth of today or the children of today would rather find home or refuge in the families outside? Does anybody know? Yes, ma'am?
You said something. You cannot be shy in the house of the Lord.
Is anybody bold to say? No one. I'm sure there must be one person. Okay, my question is to our parents that are in here. How many times do you communicate with your children on a daily basis? There's a difference between communication and conversation. How many times do you conversate with your children? On a weekly basis, how many times do you have sit down and comfort time with your children? How many times in a month do you take your children out? Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Because I'm sure I'm looking at some of the faces, and some people are worried. See, the children of today would rather find refuge outside. Why? Because they have no identity and affiliation with their family. If I have a son, but I don't communicate, I don't conversate, I don't have sit-down time, and I don't allow my child to enjoy the time or me, their parent, they will look for a family outside. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. So if our children, first of all, do not respect the home, and you're telling them to come into the house of God, they're not going to find Christ. They will find something out there, which is the only thing out there which is in the world is three things: death, jail, or poverty. The Bible lets us know that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the light. Anybody that comes to the Father shall be saved. Praise the Lord. So if you're not finding refuge in your own home, and your children are going out there, there is a problem. And that was the first thing I said is, my first thing on topic of today was, let the children come unto me. You see, when I was growing up, my mother always told me one thing. She said that as God is God in heaven, she's the God on earth. Praise the Lord. Why? The Bible says one thing: obey your father and your mother. What did Jesus Christ say? Obey the Father which is in heaven. So if I can obey God the Father, I must obey God which is on earth, which is my mother. So when we have that disconnection of our youth of today, who do not want to come to the church, why? Because as parents, we're not conversating with our children. We are not communicating with our children. We're not having sit-down time with our children. And we're not allowing to enjoy our children. They will go out there. I pray our children will return home in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Second thing is this. I, being personally born in a white garment church, I've always believed one thing: that there is many misconceptions that we have within the church. Many of our children believe that when they come to white garment, it's a waste of their time. Many of them think the service is too long. Many of them think there is no discipline within the church, and that's why we continue to lose our youth to the Pentecostal church. No offense to those who go to the Pentecostal church. But I want to spread some word and some light today. That see, this is what we are wearing was ordained by God. This is what we're doing is what they do in heaven. Our children should come home Praise the Lord. Why? The Bible lets us know that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It says in Revelation 4, the Bible lets us know one thing. It said upon the throne was 24 elders, and I saw upon them white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. See, when our youth don't have that discipline within the church, and they go outside to talk about that which they're serving in, a lot of the youth of today don't have the boldness to say, yeah, I go to the white garment churches. Why is that? Because our parents that are within it don't have the boldness to say they go to the white garment church. How many of us out there are proud and can say in their workplace they know that you worship within a white garment church? Can you just put your hands up, please? How many of us? How many of you? Okay, one person within this whole congregation. Praise the Lord. So you that are supposed to follow and lead a good example for our children are not leading that example. So when they now go out there and they say, what church do you go to? I go white garment. And they answer the question, what do you do in your church? If you are not proud in your own home to say, yeah, I go to the white garment, what do you think the youth are going to be empowered with to go out there and tell them, this is the basis of why I go to the white garment church? There's many misconceptions that we have within a white garment church. The biggest thing, one, we are idol worshippers. No, we're not. As revealed in Revelation 4, what they're doing in heaven is what we're doing. The 24 elders that say, pray day and night unto God, that bow their crowns before God, they wear white garment. That's the number one. Second thing, we're told, our youth of today are told that we do not preach the gospel. I'm very sure, Daddy, that in the years that you've been doing service, there's always a Sunday that you do the sermon. Yes? Second thing, we definitely preach the word of God. The third thing is there's a misconception that is given to our youth that in white garment they're broke. I see amazing people and beautiful people in the house of God. Praise the Lord. The fourth thing, and this is the key thing, we don't teach our children. Being around and going and traveling around and experiencing with a lot of youth, even youth in the different various churches that you go to, they want to be implanted. They're like little seeds. They want to be implanted. They want to be watered. They want to be given the land to be able to grow forth. But the misconception that they're given is they're not given the space to grow. Daddy, I came under your tutelage. Have I not grown? I've grown. I was brought up in the CCC. Daddy, we give the children time, place to grow, don't we? So that's four misconceptions that we have in the church of God. So if I find a solution to those misconceptions, why still now do our children not want to worship? Or do not have the vibe or the enthusiasm to want to worship within a white garment church? Let me explain a few things. For any youth ministry to grow, it must be accomplished by the Holy Spirit. How many of us teach our children to pray first thing in the morning and last thing at night? How many of us as parents encourage our youth to read the Word of God? Mommy, do you, yes? Does your son know Christ? Praise the Lord. Daddy, do you tell your son, does he pray before every night? Does he pray in the morning? Does he, before he goes to school? Does he know Christ? Praise the Lord. So are we understanding that there is no excuses under heaven? The thing now is, if our children, because this is youth anniversary, are not equipped with the tools, then the blame is handed right at you, our parents. Praise the Lord. Can someone open the lesson of today, which is efficient? It's in the pamphlet. Efficient. Quickly. Let me find it for you. Ephesians 6 from verses 1 to 18, please. Ephesians 6, 1 to 18. Can someone open that for me, please? Ephesians 6, 1 to 18. You know, we said something that we parents are role models. Yeah, on the Sunday service, we didn't bring our Bible to church. Do we expect our children to bring their Bible to church? If we are the role models, those that are following will follow our example. We are not leading a good example. Someone kindly open their Bible to Ephesians 6, 1 to 18. Children. So this is, my mother always said one thing when I was growing up, and she loved it. She always used to quote this verse. So, who knows this verse offhand? Children, who knows the verse? Does anybody know offhand? Children, Mom, you know it. I'll bring the mic, sorry. What's that? Mom, you know the verse. You're confident you know the verse. Because I'm very bold in Christ. You know the verse? Okay, Mom, what's the verse? Oh, you said you know it offhand. Okay, what's the verse?
Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right.
Praise the Lord. Mommy, what's the next verse after that? Praise the Lord.
The next one is honor your father and your mother.
What's after that? Praise the Lord. What's after that?
And your father, honor your children as well.
Okay, so as parents, my mother used to shout, yeah, the Bible says, obey your father and your mother. So one day I opened my Bible and I saw that verse. And I saw the verse after that. And I said, Mommy, I've got you today. Because my mama says, obey your father and your mother. And whatever after that. But what is after that? Does anybody know? It says, parents, what? Do not invoke your children to anger. Many parents today don't know that. Only parents know the first one. I know obey your father and your mother. Okay, so I said to my mom, what's after that? She couldn't answer. So what is the basis of what you're teaching me? There was one day, and the reason why, I'm not reading to my mom, but the reason why, one day I wanted to go to church. My mom wanted to be late, but I didn't want to go, I didn't want to be late. She was taking time. She said I must follow her. I said no. I want to get to service before the time. So what my mama said is, the Bible said you must obey your father and your mother. And I said, mother, after that it said, parents, do not invoke your children to anger. If you're not allowing me to go to the house of God, you're invoking me to anger. Praise the Lord. That's when my mother said, yes, today I met my match. See, us as parents, the Bible, Jesus Christ is very plain. If you're going to do a rule, you must follow it through. The Bible lets us know, who knows the inscription of the Bible? What does Bible stand for? Our Bible scholars, what does Bible stand for? Our mothers, our fathers. Daddy, what does Bible stand for?
I think it's to teach us the doctrine.
What does Bible stand for? Basic instructions before leaving earth. Bible. Basic. So if the first instruction is obey your parents, and the next instruction is parents don't bring your children to anger, if you do the first one and don't do the second one, the whole thing is void. Then what if, as a parent, if you do the first but can't do the second, you have no ground to stand on. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. See, there's many children today that want to know Christ. They are angry within themselves because they don't know Christ. You as parents are bringing anger onto them. And you're allowing them to go to other places to worship. Why? First thing, when I said bring out our Bibles, nobody brought their Bible. Praise the Lord. So what role model are we leaving? My message today is, let the children come unto me. If we are the shepherd and our children are the flock, but we the shepherd don't know how to properly manage the flock, can we control our flock? Praise the Lord. If we are the shepherd, but we do not understand our flock. Does everybody understand that? Understand the flock, which is, do you understand your children? If you do not, what was the fourth thing I said today? If you do not communicate, if you do not conversate, have conversations with your children. If you do not have downtime with your children, and if you do not allow your children to understand you and enjoy you, you can never know your children. That's why there's many children, that's why you see in the papers, they will say, oh, my child was a good person. Oh, what happened to that person? He got stabbed. But people that know that child out there will tell you that child was not good. It was involved in stuff that you don't know about because you don't know your children. Praise the Lord. And that's the message of today. If we are going to bring children onto Christ, but you as parents don't know your children, you are failing as shepherds. I pray we will not fail as parents in Jesus' mighty name. Can you continue, my mother, my sister? Yes, in that Ephesians.
Honor thy father and mother.
So we must honor our father and our mother, yes? Which is the first commandment, yes? So children that are listening, children, remember this, and use this at home. You must obey your parents, yes? But listen to this.
That it may be well with thee.
That it may be well with you.
And thou mayest live long on the earth.
That you may live long on the earth.
And ye fathers,
provoke
not your children to wrath.
our fathers in the child cell, our mothers, those that are shepherding the flock, let us not bring our children to anger. You see one thing, our kids are amazingly talented. They want to have, especially the kids of this country, they want to be given a space to operate. They want to be given the chance to showcase what they have. If you only give children once in a year to celebrate or to showcase, it's not a big thing, is it? But I believe, and I'm challenging everybody here, why can't we allow our children to showcase their talent every day? Praise the Lord. Because before you can become a mega star, you must be a baby. And any mega star that is born didn't just come from a factory. Someone that got bought for £200 million came from a household. They installed discipline that, yeah, this is your talent. I will allow you to flourish. If that boy Neymar that got born, if he came from a Nigerian household, Neymar would not be Neymar. Praise the Lord. Why? Because every day they will tell him, go and express your talent. They would invest in their youth, in their children. How many of us as parents invest in our children? Or we're concerned about ourselves? Praise the Lord. I'm not here to make any or send for anybody. I'm only saying what the Lord has told me to say. Because we, not even just youth in Christendom, are so blessed, are so talented. But as parents, I believe we are hindering them. We must invest in our youth. We must give them the space to grow. We must water the seed which we have planted. Because any person that gives birth to a child has planted a seed on earth. How are you going to water your child to spring forth? So that in your old age, when your tree has grown and is mighty, that you may be able to eat the fruits of what you have sown. Praise the Lord. I hope I'm talking to somebody. You have given birth, mothers, you have planted a seed on earth. You must water them. So how do we water our youth? Or how do we water the children of today? Does anybody know? Because some mothers, when I was saying that we must invest in the youth, they were nodding like, yes, I invest. Okay, how do you water our children? The seed which you have planted. You have to be a good listener. Praise the Lord. What else? Who knows? We must support them, yes? We must communicate, yes? We must encourage. We must love. But there's another thing that we need. We must instill discipline, yes? Two things. We still haven't got it yet.
Pray with them.
Pray, yes. We must educate. Still, we still haven't got it yet. Pray. How do you feed someone that is good at something? Praise God. That's investing in the youth. By you taking your child to what they like, you're going to build a relationship with your child. You're going to see your child grow. If your child is doing something and you're not there, think about this. Who will be the parent to your child? Who will be the person that will be the backbone to your child? If you're not there and your eyes are not on your child, who will be the parent to your child? Praise the Lord. I hope I'm planting a seed and I'm communicating. So when we invest, yeah, that's one of the things that we need to invest in our youth. What's the second thing? Who knows? How to invest in the seed, which our fathers and our mothers will say it takes two to tango. How do we invest? You said the first thing. What's the second thing? You must nurture them in what? In what? Their talent. Yeah, we talk about talent. Without somebody, there's no possibility for anything. Who is that? God. How do we water our children in God? Mommy, so you said that. How do you water your child in God? You should be very sure, Mommy. You're sure? Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, we do pray and communicate and then listen to the word of God.
Praise the Lord. A round of applause for our mother. So you pray and communicate. How often, Mommy?
We pray generally
Weekends. We have youth at brilliant. That's amazing. Okay, which other mother is proud to say that they let their child know about Christ? I'll start picking out on people. I'm being very nice. You know, this is my church as well. Yes? Mommy, yes. How often do you bring your child before God? How often do you communicate with them? Every day. Your child knows Christ. Praise the Lord. So if your child has a talent, which we know that us that is in Christian, that our children are multi-talented. They are blessed. The prayers that we did when they were born of Deuteronomy 28, which is all the blessings on earth shall be given unto you. Yes? So we've said that from the beginning. If we do not, first we let them know God, and we don't invest in them, that which you've said can't come to pass. Praise the Lord. Does everybody understand that? When they were born, after the seventh day, we read Deuteronomy 28. And all the blessings of blah 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 will begin unto you. If your child does not know Christ, and you do not invest in your child, they can never reach there. I pray our children will reach there in Jesus' mighty name. We are children of glory. I believe that. I don't believe, especially me, that I don't know about any other denomination. I only know this. I don't believe we're supposed to be broke. I don't believe we're supposed to lack any good thing. If you are in a white garment church and you're not supposed to where you're supposed to be at, look at yourself and look at your handiwork. Look at those that you're supposed to be shepherding. How are you shepherding them? If you have children, don't you think the angel of that child will fight for that child? Don't you think the spirit of that child will fight for the child? Don't you think the head of that child will fight for that child? Praise the Lord. There's a lot of things that we do that we don't know that we are the cause of the issues that is befalling us. And I say again with proudness, if we're in a white garment fold, we are not supposed to lack any good thing. We're supposed to flourish. If you're not flourishing, look at your own handiwork. Look at your children and make sure that you're shepherding them correctly. Because if you don't, that child will have something to ask from you. The crown and the head of that child will have something to ask from you. And the spirit and the destiny of that child will ask of you. Because the Bible lets us know, one servant does not stop another servant. If you do, there will be a problem. I pray problem will not be our portion in Jesus' mighty name. Mommy, next thing, yes.
That it may be well with thee.
Yes, so that it may be well with us. So you know that verse was, what was before that verse?
Honor thy father and mother.
Yes.
Which is the first commandment.
The first commandment, yes.
That it may be well with thee.
Oh yes.
That thou mayest live long on the earth.
Oh yes.
And ye fathers.
Yes.
Provoke not your children to wrath.
Yes.
Bring them up in the nature
So we must bring them within the nature, yes?
and admonition
Yes.
of the Lord.
Yes.
Servants,
Yes.
be obedient to them,
Oh, yes.
that are you your masters,
Yes.
according to the flesh,
Yes.
with fear and trembling,
Yes.
in singleness of your heart,
Yes.
Christ.
Praise the Lord. Can someone open unto me Deuteronomy 11 verse 19? Deuteronomy 11 verse 19.
And ye shall teach your children,
So parents, listen to this. And we should teach our children.
speaking of them, when thou sittest in thy house.
So the Bible, so you know some parents, when I was saying that we should have downtime and we must communicate with our children, some of them was looking at me like, oh, me that I have work, that I'm building a house in Nigeria, that I have this, I can see, I can sense. It's not me that was saying, look at what the Bible said in that Deuteronomy 11. Say that, can we start again, mommy? From verse 19.
And ye shall teach them your children,
So parents, you must teach your children,
speaking of them when thou sittest
yes, speaking when you're sitting
in thine house,
in your house. So when we're in our house, what should we do? We must communicate with our children, yes?
and when thou walkest
And when thou walkest,
by the way,
by the way,
when thou liest down,
when thou lie down,
and when thou risest up,
and when you rise up,
and thou shalt write them upon the doorpost of thine house,
and yes,
and upon thy gate,
upon your gates.
that your days may be multiplied.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So what the Bible lets us know is if we teach our children the seeds which we have planted on earth and we water them, our days will be numbered. We will last in prosperity and God will give us great peace. I pray that peace of mind will be given unto us in Jesus' mighty name. My message was, at the beginning was, let us bring the children to Christ. That is something that God, Jesus Christ commissioned unto us as parents, as mothers, as fathers, as brothers, as leaders. If we are the shepherd and our children are the flock, and we are not in the right spiritual and physical mindset to teach our children, it's potentially that our flock could go by the wayside. I pray our flock will not go by the wayside in Jesus' mighty name. Can someone open Psalm 127 and read from verse 3 to 5?
Lo,
Yes?
children are inherited of the Lord,
Yes?
and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
Yes?
As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man,
Yes?
so are the children of the youth.
Oh yes.
Happy is the man that has his quiver full of them.
Yes?
They shall not be ashamed.
Yes?
They shall speak with enemies in the way.
Praise the Lord. Does anybody understand that Bible verse? If we teach our children and we teach them in the way, we can never be ashamed of them. Praise the Lord. You know, there's many stories out there, there's many things out there. But us as parents, we must be proud of our children. We must invest in our children. And we must water our children. Because they are the glory of tomorrow. If there is no glory of tomorrow, what is the point of the glory of today? Praise the Lord. What is the point of the family name today if the family name of tomorrow is not shining? I pray in the name of Jesus Christ that our families and our names will shine forth in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. The only thing I wanted to make sure known today, especially as parents, is us as parents, we have a big task for our children. You have planted a seed when you conceived your child. God has given you every tool on the earth to water them. But we as parents must be bold enough to want to invest in our children. We as parents must be bold enough to want to allow our children to want to be a success. And we as parents, we must allow them to know Christ. Because if they don't know Christ, there's no Savior, there's no salvation, and there's no future. I pray that our future of our children will be prosperous in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. I pray that they will continue to shine greatly in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And they shall never be ashamed. Amen. Last note I would like you to know is the children here that we're seeing are the adults of tomorrow.
are the lawyers and the prime ministers and the kings of tomorrow. If as parents we don't give them the space, or if we as parents do not parent or are not parental to our kids, who is going to be the parent to our kids? And who is going to give them the space? Because there's nothing worse than a parent struggling through many years over a child for someone else to take the glory. I pray someone else will not take your glory in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. And that was the key word I said today, which is, let the children come unto me. We as parents have one key thing. If we as parents say, children, obey your father and mother, we must also remember the second law, which is, parents, do not bring your children to anger. They must know Christ. And if they know Christ, they will know discipline. If they know discipline, they will understand that there's certain things that they're supposed to do, and they will do it. They will not find refuge in families out there, but they will find refuge in the families within the home. And the second thing is this: if you invest in your children today, you shall surely reap the rewards tomorrow. Amen. And I pray that you reap your rewards in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Because of this, I want us to stand up and let's quickly pray. We just stand up, please, quickly, and let's just pray. I want you to close your eyes and just have some downtime with God. Just a silent prayer to pray unto God and ask God that anywhere you may have fallen short or fallen short with regards to your children, that God should forgive you. We should give thanks unto our children of today, because they are the light of tomorrow, the glory of tomorrow, that which we shall reap tomorrow. That we shall thank God because every single prophecy that has come before them for good, we shall thank God that it shall come to pass over our children. And lastly, we shall pray unto God that the tools that is needed for one to be equipped with, for one's children to be a great success, for the name of that child to be known among the world, not for bad, but for good, that God should give it unto us. Prayer. Remember to give thanks for God for your children, for your family, your close family, extended family. Give thanks for His good and His mercy endure forever. And give thanks for the glory of tomorrow that shall come to pass in your household. There's many parents that are enjoying the fruits of their labor of their children. Pray that you shall also enjoy the fruits of labor. That they be planted on this earth, they shall grow like the mighty tree that springeth forth fruits in its day. It is so in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Let us pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. I know we're better than that because we're good role models.
ROC of Calvary Ministries and Church, London chapter. Keep on going on this ilé Ọlọ́run àti gbogbo àwọn guests wọn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ ká wọlé sí ilé Ọlọ́run Bíbélì ló. Amen. Ẹjọ́ torí ọlọ́sẹ́ni gọ́mẹ̀ntì òkè ní church ọ̀dọ̀ mi Nàìjíríà. Hallelujah. Iwájú Ọlọ́run la wà. Amen. Olówó lọ́wọ́ lórúkọ Jésù olówó lọ. Otún ní lọ́wọ́ lórúkọ Jésù olówó lọ. Ìtọ́pẹ́ dandan ni pé oníkọ̀ọ̀kan wa gbọ́dọ̀ jòyè ipò ìgbà owó ìwọ́sá dìbò rẹ̀ rẹ̀. Tí ẹnìkan bá gbé bí ọlọ́run kékeré bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ pé kí lọ́. Amen. Dìbò rẹ̀ báyìí kọ́ máa jó bọ̀ ro báyìí ro owó ìkọ̀lé ọ̀yà ọ̀kọ̀yà. Owó ìkọ̀lé wa ló wá yà sinimá o. Gbogbo ọkà tó náwó sí mi gbá owó yìí Ọlọ́run yóò kọ̀lé ayọ̀ fún ọ. Gbogbo ọkà tó fẹ́ ṣe sùnà tó ṣàìlera fún ara rẹ̀ lórúkọ Jésù Ọlọ́run ó kọ̀lé fún wọn náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni yóò rí o. Okòrí forúkọ Ọlọ́run Jésù Kristi Olúwa wa. The next offering owó ìgbàlẹ̀ ọ̀yà orin kwaya.
Ẹ̀ka tí ẹ wọ́ ìfọ́ ti sọ̀rọ̀.
Olúwa
Mo ti ṣe ìṣúra níjọ sílé ológo. Mo ti ṣe ìṣúra níjọ sílé aláyọ̀ yìí. Ó jáde lójú wọn ayọ̀ lọ́jọ́ tí mo bá dé dé.
ṣùgbọ́n tí àlàáfíà rẹ ọ̀bá takò ó dìde lórí ẹsẹ̀ rẹ torí Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So I'm going to go.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
For that's how I last of Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh my God. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And when we get to the hour, and to the one that we will cover the major disobey. Hallelujah. They never made the descent. I won't go on my way. I have to show one kind. And then I cover my major disobey. Hallelujah. See your Lord. Ọlọ́run ṣe o fún àjọ̀dún àwọn ọmọ ìwé ọdún náà ẹ wo bí sà jẹ́ká ariwo rẹ̀ ó borí tẹni tí bẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ rẹ̀ máa ń lẹ̀ ariwo èsì ariwo ládá o hallelujah 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 amen ẹ̀yin Olúwa lógo oh my God ẹ̀yin Olúwa lógo. Amen. Ẹ wo bí ẹ pe orúkọ Jésù lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́ ọyọ sọ̀kalẹ̀ sáàrin wa nínú àjọ̀dún yìí ọyọ sọ́dàdúrà. Jésù Olúwa wa ẹ sọ fún Ọlọ́run àjọ̀dún ọyọ sọ̀kalẹ̀ ẹ sọ dàdúrà ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. Jésù Olúwa wa ẹ wí ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ka ìyanu dáadáa Olúwa yá kí ìwà láyé àti ìwà láyé rẹ fara hàn ẹ sọ dàdúrà. Na ọwọ́ àtọ́ra sókè.
Stretch your right hand out.
Ọ ìyanu dáadáa ni o.
You're going to be a mouth loud and clear.
A fẹ́ practicalize iṣẹ́ ìrànṣẹ́ ni
I
o.
want to practicalize my calling.
O ti nà sókè.
Have you raised your hands up?
Ọ máa fi àmì ńlá kílẹ̀mù ẹ̀.
You're going to be saying a big amen.
Orúkọ Jésù.
Amen.
Ìwọ lọ́mọ.
You are the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Ọjọ́ ìyanu dáadáa.
Your brother said this amen loud and clear.
Orúkọ Jésù.
Jesus' name.
Tí mo bá ní ọ̀yanu dáadáa yà dáadáa.
If I tell you to open your mouth wide, you had better open it wide.
Wòlíì ní mí ọjọ́ àkókí sí pẹ̀sábó.
I am a prophet, just like you said.
O ti nà sókè.
Have you stretched up your hands?
Èso ọ̀mọdé àkókí pẹ̀sábó lè bò.
It's a proverb, sir.
O ti nà sókè.
Have you stretched out your hands?
Mo sọ̀rọ̀ àṣẹ bí ìwòlíì Olódùmarè.
I speak more like a prophet that I am.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá màmá yìí.
All you my fathers and mothers,
Òjò òkùnkùn tàbí sòbí ọmọ yín.
the rain of blessing that you prepare to your
Ṣé ẹ ní àmì ńlá ṣe? Ọ̀yá òjò náà kọ́rọ̀ lé yín lórí lónìí. Ògo ni fún orúkọ Ọlọ́run wa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ gbọ́dọ̀ kan sí i.
Let me speak one more word.
Ọwọ́ tí a mommy, God bless you. It's not your from money.
Get close to someone and tell the person.
God bless you. Well, because you're
please give me money.
so for the cabinet for me last year, oh, Jesus'
name.
Say it in us, okay. Oh, Jesus'
name.
Oh, Jesus'
name.
Baba, my class didn't get your kaya.
I read my Bible verse one day I was good.
I'm making a whistle.
Ask me what it says.
Until why in the mono and I do sugar or one in that woman. And then I see as a fool. Until why in the mono and I do sugar or one in that woman. And by them, well, walk upon now. What is okay?
All for you to strike this money out.
Maybe you what is yeah,
where money is mocking your mates.
Maybe you what is
where money is mocking your mates.
maybe you what is don't do
where money is mocking your mates.
I was not kind of local to the Saturday.
People that can
Lord,
see
I
that.
just want to get all that come on and come on. Ọlọ́run ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
So shall it be.
Ìgbà owó yẹn dà. Ọlọ́run ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
So shall it be.
Na owó yẹn sókè torí Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
So shall it be.
Ọlọ́run ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
So shall it be.
Ẹ̀yànù Ọlọ́run ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
So shall it be.
Ògo ni fún orúkọ Ọlọ́run.
Glory to the Lord of the Lord.
Owó náà yẹ sókè yẹn.
This money you're stretching out,
Bí a ṣe pàtó yìí,
as much as we are,
etí aṣọ sí mi létí nìyẹn.
something is being said in my ear.
Owó náà yẹ sókè yẹn.
That money you're stretching out.
Àwọn bí sẹ́ àwọn bí mà.
Look at me.
Owó náà yẹ sí òkè
The
yẹn.
money you're actually stretching out
Common money ni màá dá kọ.
is just the common money.
Sí ẹnìkan lè fi 20 pounds sí kọ́ máa sáré gbogbo.
Can someone have 20 pounds and come forward?
Ìwòrán kan ni o, so lè fi 20 pounds wọ́n bá lè sókè kọ́ máa mú bọ̀. Hallelujah.
If someone can have 20 pounds and all the money that is being lifted up.
Ẹnìkan kò sí ẹnìkan tó lè fi 20 pounds kọ́ máa sáré bọ̀. Máa mú bọ̀, yes. Tó lè fi 20 pounds sí.
Is there anyone that can put 20 pounds?
Kí lè wí? Alágbára gíga ó gbé orí rẹ̀ sókè. Ó rẹ̀ ní jábọ́ láyé. Ọmọ ti jẹ́ ọkẹ lọ.
There are now more than one.
Má ti lọ yá yìí. Alágbára gíga kọ́fà ló dá yín lóhùn.
The Lord will answer you by fire.
Bàbá ọ̀dẹ̀ ìkú ẹnìkan tí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí bẹ́ẹ̀ nù rẹ̀ jí.
Is still remaining one person?
20 pound wá jọ lójú. Mo ní alágbára gíga kọ́ dán lóhùn.
Amen.
Wà á rí ìyanu ayọ̀ ńlá. Ẹ rí ìyanu là.
Amen.
Ẹ rí ìyanu.
Amen.
Ẹ rí ìyanu.
Amen.
Ẹ rí ìyanu.
Amen.
Bàbá ìgbọ̀ wákà. Wà á rí ìyanu bàbá yìí.
Amen.
Ògo ni forúkọ náà.
Hallelujah.
Owó yẹn Olúwa yà sí mímọ́.
All of that's the money.
Ó ti bínú jókòó. Adéwọ́n bá dárí gbòòrò
Are you
náà.
angry?
Àbú ẹsẹ̀ mi. Ó ti nà sókè. Owó yẹn Olúwa yà sí mímọ́.
Àmì Jésù.
Mami ọjọ́ yóò dalẹ̀.
Àmì Jésù.
Ó ti nà sókè. Olúwa yẹ owó yẹn sí mímọ́.
All of bless the money.
Dìde lẹ̀.
Let's all be on our feet, please.
Dìde lẹ̀.
Let's all be on our feet.
Onírú àwọn bàbá ìjẹ́ fọ̀ sínú
Give
àgbàdo.
our elderly man with a father can stand up.
Wọ́n ò jókòó wọ́n lẹ̀ kúrò síbẹ̀.
He is quiet on his feet and he's not seated.
Má sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ ọ̀yẹ́ lọ ṣe rere.
Go ahead and bless. Go and multiply.
Lówó yẹn òkè. Mo ní ẹ lọ ṣe rere.
Go and multiply.
Ilẹ̀kùn sí fún ọ.
Doors shall open unto you.
Kọ̀dà ní tì mí.
Especially.
Ọ̀yá máa mú bọ̀. Mo ní dàkùn sí fún ọ.
Bring it out.
Máa mú bọ̀ ká tì má. Ilẹ̀kùn sí fún ọ. Ká tì má.
Àdúrà.
mímọ́ o. Àní fowó náà lálẹ́ sìnkú. A ó lò fún òkú Ọlọ́run. Ògo ní fún Jèhófà. Jésù Kristi Olúwa wa. Amen. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wọ́dọ̀ fún alàgbà wa. Àwọn ìgbàlá kí hallelujah. Ọmọ ìgbàlá kí hallelujah. Àwọn kan dúró dè ọ́.
Some people are waiting for you.
Wọ́n fẹ́ kó sunkún kí ọdún yìí tó kọjá.
They want you to cry before this year comes to an end.
Àwọn kan fẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ rẹ.
Some people want to make mockery of you.
Ohun tó wà lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ gbà.
They want to take all you've got in your hands.
Ẹ sọ pé kò ní ṣe é ṣe.
Say it will not be possible.
Ẹ sọ pé kò ní ṣe é ṣe.
Say it will not be possible.
Dídé lórí ẹsẹ̀.
Let's be on our feet.
Wọ́n fẹ́ súre fún ọ lẹ́gọ̀ọ́.
I want to bless you.
Wà á di ojú rẹ̀.
You're going to close your eyes.
Tọ́ba wù ọ́ kó ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́.
If you like, keep making jest.
Wà á máa rántí àdúrà tí mo fẹ́ pè jáde yìí.
You will keep remembering this prayer words I'm about to call out.
Tọ́ba wù ọ́ kó jókòó.
If you like, be on your seat. Be seated.
Bíbélì ní ibi méjì àti mẹ́ta tó bá wà níbẹ̀ wọn lọ́nà wà.
The Bible says when two or more people are gathered is in their midst.
Bí Ọlọ́run ṣe pè Elijah.
As the Lord went to Elijah,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni Ọlọ́run ṣe pè Mósè.
God also called Moses.
Ìgbẹ́ nìkan kan ò yàtọ̀.
People's calling are no different.
Agbára tí Ọlọ́run gbé wọ̀ wọ́n ló yàtọ̀.
It's the power that the Lord has put in them that is different.
Ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ orí tó wà níbí lónìí.
But you also said that here today,
Bí Ọlọ́run ṣe ń jẹ́ Ọlọ́run.
as the Lord is Lord,
Mo fẹ́ súre.
I want to bless you more.
Dandan ni kò bless your Lord.
That means you have to bless the Lord as well.
Wò mí kọ́ náwó àtún rẹ̀ sókè.
Look at me, stretch out your right hand.
Àtẹ́lẹwọ́ rẹ̀ ló máa ṣe báyìí.
You're going to stretch out your palm.
Gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó dúró lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ayé mi.
Everyone that is standing on the case of my life,
Tó ní èmi wọlé ká yóò evidence tó?
What is the evidence you have against him?
Olóńgbò ni pé ó jù sẹ́nu.
He said he just noticed that he actually threw it into his mouth.
Wọ́n ní kí ló ṣe nígbà tó rí kó jù sẹ́nu.
They said, what did the policeman do when he threw it into his mouth?
Ó ní wọ́n ẹgbà tó ṣojú ló fi jù sẹ́nu náà ṣe prosecute.
He said, because I saw him when he put it in his mouth and I persecuted him.
Wọ́n wá sọ wípé kò sí evidence.
And they said there is no evidence.
Mama.
Mother.
Àsọmọ padà lẹ́yìn ọmọ yẹn.
Not knowing that the evil ones have not left this child alone.
Daddy.
That is.
Tani ojú tó ń ṣọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀.
Who is the eyes that's actually watching over your children?
Wò mí dáadáa, kò ní ọlọ́run ló wó nínú ẹ̀.
I am a prophet of God.
Daddy, ta ló fẹ́ fi ọmọ pa ọ lẹ́kùn?
Who wants you to weep over your children?
Ta ló fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ rẹ kú sí ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n?
Who wants your children to die in jail?
Kì í ṣojú lásìkò fi ń yẹ wẹrẹ.
It is not just an ordinary head that a child wants mad.
Máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ mi dáadáa kó tó máa gbọ́ ìyàwó kúrò.
Be careful, mothers.
Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ àtọ̀kù olójú lásán ni mo ṣe sọ pé kì í ṣe rọ.
I'm not lying.
Láàrin oṣù mẹ́fà sí.
But then after 6 months,
wọ́n tún mú ọmọ yìí.
the child was arrested again.
Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó fẹ́ mú.
But when they were about to arrest the child,
Kò wá pé wọ́n ṣọ́ o.
he didn't know that they were watching over him.
Wọ́n sì gbà mú ní ẹni bírèkìtì.
That was how they held him in prison.
Wọ́n pa mú pẹ̀lú ògbógi olóró.
They held him again with another set of drugs.
Wọ́n wá sa ìka rẹ̀ wò bótíbótí ní ìka.
Then they actually made him some free to know about him.
Ìyá rẹ̀ tó wá ṣọ́ o.
Then the mother actually watched him.
Mo tún gba àdúrà.
Then I prayed. The mother came to vigil when I prayed.
Mo ní pípa tí Ọlọ́run bá ti jẹ́ Ọlọ́run.
I said, as God liveth,
Atẹ́gùn kì í ṣe.
a wind does not go to jail.
Atẹ́gùn ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe.
A wind will not go to jail.
Àbí rédíò kò ṣe wọ̀nyí.
Have you seen a wind that goes to jail?
Ara ọmọ lọ́ta mi tí mo fi gbàdúrà.
I was so careful because I believe.
Wọ́n lọ́dún bá tó wá jẹ́ pé wọ́n lọ pè mí ní orí òkè ilé ìṣà.
I said, God, actually, you called me in elation.
Olúwa.
Oh Lord.
Paul àti Sáínà.
Paul and Silas.
Wọ́n jáde kó nínú túbú.
They came out of the prison.
Òní tó bá gbàdúrà tí ò bá dúró lórí ìgbéyẹlẹ ṣiṣẹ́.
Any prophet that says this prayer does not stand on the correct calling, he can walk.
Ó dé iwájú adájọ́.
He got to the fence of the court of the judge.
Adájọ́ fún mi discharge and acquit.
And the judge discharged him and acquitted him.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ bí tí mò ń lọ.
Listen to me and listen to me, I'm going to.
Ṣùgbọ́n paríparí rẹ̀ ní wípé.
Finally,
Gbogbo ìyá rẹ̀.
I told his mom.
Mo ní kó lọ gbàdúrà ní orí òkè bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wà nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ kó sọ ẹ̀mí rẹ̀.
I said you should go and pray that whosoever is in the case of his child should lose his life, his whole life.
Instead tó yẹ kó lọ gbàdúrà àwẹ̀ lọ oògùn ló lọ ṣe.
Instead of her to give fasting, she went for chance.
Kò wá pè mí mọ́.
She didn't call me no more.
Ọmọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Do you know what happened?
Ẹ sọ fún mi pé kí ló ṣe.
Ask me what happened.
Ṣé o fẹ́ gbọ́?
Do you want to listen?
Wọ́n pe ọmọ rẹ̀ ní December.
They called the child December.
Wípé
That
àwọn ẹgbẹ́ méjì jẹ́ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ oní egbògi olóró.
that two members that actually deal in drugs were fought.
Wọ́n ṣe kéde ibẹ̀ náà ní ọjọ́ ayé pín sí ọmọ rẹ̀.
That was where the child was killed.
Tọ́ba jábí ọmọ náà wọ́n.
If you are a true mother, raise up your hand.
Sọ pé ayérayé o. Ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ bá ń ta ni kó gbàdúrà. Sọ pé ayérayé o. Ẹ̀dá tó wà lórí ogun ayé ọmọ mi. Olúwa tó dábì December 31st. Olúwa lọ́wọ́ jẹ́ kó wọlé. Jẹ́ kó Olúwa jẹ́ ògbà ní ẹni náà. Sọ bí àdúrà. Ẹni tó ní òní jẹ̀rẹ̀ ọmọ. Ẹni tó ní iṣẹ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ òní ṣojú wa. Ó yá ilẹ̀ náà gbẹ́gẹ́. Ilẹ̀ kó fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ wò. Jésù Olúwa wa. Sori ti máa sọ̀rọ̀ àṣẹjáde wà wá pàkà síwájú báyìí.
If I speak up now, you will just stretch your hand.
Bàbá ìdíkàlẹ̀ olórí mi ò ní kéèyàn máa jókòó ní tẹ̀mí o. Wà á
I'm not going to beg you if you want to sing, sing.
tọ́ ọba wá ṣe ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi ò ní ní kó mọ̀ sùn dáadáa.
If you come to my video, I will actually ask you to sleep.
Màá ní sẹ́ ẹni tó ń sùn ẹ̀ ogun tẹ́ fi máa jí. Ọlọ́run àgbèrè ọ̀dọ́wọ́ mi ò jí nìyẹn.
I don't wake people up when they're sleeping during vigils.
Tí o bá mi sùn nínú ìṣọ́ọ̀rù mi,
If you're sleeping during my vigil,
màá jẹ́ kó sùn láti aago méjì àti aago mẹ́fà.
I will let you sleep from 12 near
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni àgbà bàbá mi.
Bàbá
Because of their children. What is this? What is this? Whosoever that says that they wouldn't use salt mouth to call on your children. Whosoever says they will not use the salt mouth to call on your children. In the name of Jesus. People with number of clothes to stand forward. For yourselves. You will use the salt to take your bath. Come for yourselves.
Father Sayemi Olúwa kò máa ma kọ̀rọ̀. Father Sayemi Olúwa kò máa ma kọ̀rọ̀. Ojú tó rà sí Olúwa ti gbé. Father Sayemi Olúwa kò máa ma kọ̀rọ̀. Sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ Father Sayemi Olúwa kò máa ma kọ̀rọ̀. Ojú tó rà sí Olúwa ti gbé.
Jésù Olúwa wa, ẹ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Olúwa, ẹ̀mí ọ̀run sọ wípé àwọn ẹ̀dá méjì kan bẹ níbí. Kò sí bí wọ́n ṣe lè gbẹ́ tó tí wọ́n mú iyọ̀ yẹn délé. Ẹ sọ fún Ọlọ́run gbogbo èèyàn ní ayọ̀ yìí sókè. Bíbélì wípé ogún tí ènìyàn bá ní ni yóò fi ra ẹ̀mí ara ẹ̀ padà. Má gbàgbé ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí Jésù bọ́ mi ẹ̀yìn sọ. Òwe ló fi bá wọn sọ. Alágbára wo ló wọ́n fọmọ dùn mí? Olúwa jẹ́ kí okùn ẹ̀mí alágbára náà já. Sáwọn èèyàn ò lè pariwo báyìí. Ẹ pọ orúkọ Jésù lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́rùn ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Alágbára tó náà wọ́n fi náà ọmọ jó mi. Olúwa jẹ́ kókó ẹ̀mí ènìyàn já ẹ̀sọ́ dàdúrà.
Hallelujah.
Raise up your hand in your soul. Stand up and raise up your hand in your soul.
bòmí láti rí ìfẹ́ ìfà torí ọlọ́run orúkọ Jésù. Tí o bá nígbà kan mọ́ jáde o.
If you don't have faith, please don't come out.
Tí o wá jẹ́ ẹ̀mí tó ń da àdúrà tí o wá ní ìgbà kan o gbọdọ̀ jáde.
If your spirit actually takes away prayers, please don't come out.
Ṣé ká yọ tàwádà fún bẹ́ẹ̀ wò ní Táyọ̀?
Should we remove just away from it?
Ẹ bá ló wọ ọ̀tẹ̀rù ìwọ̀n tí èkánná ló mú irú àwọn èyí tí èké yẹn dànù. Àfẹ́ńtọ́ bá fẹ́ fẹ̀mí rẹ̀ ta bàbá jẹ̀mú ọmọ bàbá jẹ̀mú.
Do you know what is called Baba Jemu?
Ó ti nà sókè pẹ̀lú ìtọ́rí àánú rẹ̀ orúkọ Jésù. Bí a ṣe pọ̀ tó ìtọ́rí ọlọ́run mi rẹ̀ nígbà tó lè bò mí láti rí £5.
Is that the one that can give me £5?
Àwọn tó mọ̀ mí ò sì bí mi ó lè jáde kó wá fún mi.
People that are here, people that know me are not here.
God bless you. God bless you. Wòlíì tá lè bá mi pẹ̀lú wọn. Bí kò ṣe mú pẹ̀lú ẹni orúkọ Jésù. Orúkọ Jésù. Ọ̀nà náà àti àkọ́kọ́ rẹ̀ àdàbí wọ́n máa ń sọ ẹni wíyà tí mo ti délé ayé mi ń wọ̀n sáájẹ́ kọ́ gbà olúwa wò sí olúwa gbà láti sẹ́ni. Mo sọ̀rọ̀ àṣẹ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ní orúkọ Ọlọ́run bàbá àti ti ọmọ àti ti ẹ̀mí mímọ́ oòrùn tí yóò yọ lọ́la kó tó wọ̀. Oh my God. Láàṣẹ tùnà sàfàdà. Mo sọ̀rọ̀ àṣẹ oòrùn tí yóò yọ lọ́la kó tó wọ̀. Àánú tí gbogbo ayé òfin bàbá ọ̀rá yẹn wá. Àwọn méje tó lè sàmì ìyá ọ̀yá kò ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé wa. Ìtọ́ni àná yẹn máa mú bọ̀, mo ní kò ṣẹlẹ̀. Máa mú bọ̀, má kọlù yẹn, mo ní kò ṣẹlẹ̀. Máa mú tọ́ni àná rẹ̀ bọ̀, mo ní kò ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn náà yọ yẹn kò ṣẹlẹ̀.
hallelujah ni wọ́n ti Jẹ́ríkò ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ogun tó wà nù ayé òjò ló ju ogun Jẹ́ríkò lọ hallelujah dẹ́ ìdè òkú pẹ̀lú ìgbàgbọ́ praise the Lord. Wọ́n kí hallelujah lórí ìjókòó màámi àti dájú mi kò ṣeé ké lórí ìjókòó iṣẹ́ mi lẹ́ ń ké fún dáadé mi ẹ jẹ́ dìde lórí ẹsẹ̀ yìí ọba tí ò kẹsẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí ọba tó jẹ́ kójú yìí kó kún rége ọba tó sọ yín débi ní ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà èmi kọ́ lẹ dìde fún o àwọn ogun ọ̀run tó ti máa pààlà bàbá gbogbo wa lẹ dìde fún praise the Lord. Ti sákọ́ni ní iṣẹ́ apẹ̀sí téèyàn kan bá sọ̀rọ̀ ní akọrin sórí wọ́n tó fojú bá children harvest gbogbo abiyamọ tó wà ní wọn ti gbàdúrà fún yín kí ni mo tún fẹ́ sọ ṣùgbọ́n lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo wa la máa jèrè àwọn ọmọ wa iṣu àwọn ọmọ wa jiná jẹ fún wa bàbá dáhùn ó kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ iṣu àwọn ọmọ wa jiná fún wa ẹ má ronú bí àbíkí adé communication tẹ̀lẹ́tì ló dúró wájú just listen to what I have to say that is what is important ẹ ní fọwọ́ gbọ́mọ sí ẹ ní wọ́n sàré ọ̀rọ̀ bí Ọlọ́run ti bẹ tí ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ bẹ láàyè ẹrù tábíyàwó òkè tí wọ́n ní gbé wá sẹ́nu ọ̀nà wa àtẹnu ọ̀nà tèmi náà lórúkọ Jésù Kristi Olúwa wa kò sí iye kan tá a ná fún Ọlọ́run tó pọ̀ jù nítorí àwọn kan wà wọ́n fẹ́ máa náwó yẹn kán lè ní àlàáfíà ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run ò fún wọn lóore ọ̀fẹ́ èmi àtẹ̀yìn lọ náà fún lóore ọ̀fẹ́ la fi wà bí lónìí there are loads of people at home that they are waiting for someone to invite them to a gathering like this. But unfortunately, nobody cares about them. But God cares and loves you, loves me, that is why we're here. So kò sí iye kan tá a fún Ọlọ́run tó pọ̀ jù nítorí ọba tó mú owó jáde láti ẹnu ẹja á fi ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ rọ́pò fún wa. Lọ́sẹ̀ yìí ni kò ní di ọ̀sẹ̀ tó bọ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run. It shall be well with you. Ó ní màá tọ́jú mi Jehovah. Ọba tó tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ wa ewúrẹ́ ni wọ́n wọ̀n wọlé olódì gbogbo ibi tó bá wù wọ́n náà rìn náà jẹ́ tí wọ́n ti jẹ tó ti ń mu ọba tó bá wa ṣọ́ ọba náà là ń pè alága àkọ́kọ́ tí a máa pè síwájú àwọn ọmọ wa òun náà ní Jésù Kristi akọrin we are going to call Jesus Christ the first chairperson on earth in heaven and all over the world Jesus Christ first and foremost. And I want you to sing. And please enjoy Jesus Christ lálága whatever tí ó bá wá látọ̀dọ̀ yìí láti fi sọ pé bàbá ó ṣe òkú ìtọ́jú èmi nìkan kọ́ láti fi sọ fún Ọlọ́run pé ó ṣe tó dáwọn ọmọ wa sí tí ò jẹ́ ká sunkún lórí ọmọ tí ò jẹ́ ká mọ sàárè ọmọ tó bá wà lọ́kàn wa ẹ jẹ́ ká fi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà kọrin ìṣẹ́jú méjì.
Olúwa ẹ ṣé fún ìtọ́jú mi. Olúwa ẹ ṣé fún ìtọ́jú mi. Ìdàrá ṣe pé mo ní Jésù ní bàbá. Ìbàbá ṣe pé mo ní Jésù ní bàbá.
Ọlọ́run. The first chairperson that I will be calling, I'll be giving names without no surname, so bear with me. The first person that I'm going to call, the chairperson is Tamilore. Tamilore is the chief chairperson. Tamilore and Tomiwa as the chief chairpersons. Tamilore and Tomiwa. God bless you.
Oh,
yìí ìsìkàmù orúkọ Jésù. Àwọn bàbá àdúrà wọn sọ wípé ọmọ ọwọ́ kì í kú lórí ọwọ́ ọmọ ẹsẹ̀ kì í kú lórí ọmọ ẹsẹ̀. Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ ọ̀dọ́mọbìnrin yìí òun ní kú máa wà lọ́wọ́. Ọ̀wà yé wa jẹ́ èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni yóò rí o. Ó di àbọ̀dún ọjà àbọ̀dún lọ Jésù Olúwa.